Hi, Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. Today we've come along to Rocky Bay, and to be honest, it looks a lot more rocky than usual. The beach seems to have receded slightly, but we are looking for Mermaid Tears, and maybe we can even find something special, like a marvel. So let's get on with it.
So, as Nicole said then, we're in Rocky Bay. And I'm going to turn the camera up to the coast in just a second, or just to the shoreline, and you'll see just how rocky it is today. But we're on the lookout for Mermaid Tears. I'm not sure that constitutes one. Got two there though, two wee green Mermaid Tears there.
Yeah, that tiny green one, that certainly has a teardrop shape, and I was thinking that if we get small pieces that really look like tears, then that would be the perfect mermaid tear.
Yeah, now I'm finding all these wee green bits here, so there's a wee white bit there as well. But that's the kind of thing we're looking for then. And as Nicole said, if we can find something that's actually teardrop shaped, then all the better. But for the meantime, we're just going to see what we can find here. Now in just a second, when Nicole's finished picking them wee bits up, I'll take a wee look at the coast there. As you can see, rocky. Now once we get around the corner in a minute, I hope that it's going to be obvious. I'll maybe try and drop in a slide from previous visits here, and you should be able to see there's a fair wee bit less sand than we're used to. Anyway, eyes back to the ground. Let's see what we can find.
Well, there's also a lot of seaweed here, and I think the tides were particularly high over the weekend. So that's probably why the seaweed is here. I can see a green bit just stuck in here.
Oh, that's a nice wee bit as well, actually. That looks teal.
It does, yeah. It's really sticking out there.
That's nice. It's kind of chunky as well.
Oh.
There. There's a wee sharp edge on that, but you know, I'm not going to be prejudiced about a wee sharp edge, because it's a lovely colour, that one. So we'll take that. Now, just in front of me here, there's a fair wee bit of clear glass. A wee bit there. I said a fair wee bit. That's two bits. That's a fair wee bit. Now there's two wee bits there. Now I see a little bit of a bottleneck just in front of that.
Yeah.
Just there.
Oh,
there?
right.
Yeah.
I
Can you see
that.
the wee lip?
Yeah, I can see it. It's got a nice shape. It's a little bit big for a mermaid's tear, but you know, a bottleneck is a bottleneck, right?
Yeah, you know what? If that was a mermaid's tear, that mermaid would have been crying buckets. There we go. Okay. Now, as you can see, and as Nicole's already mentioned as well, this seaweed is going to sort of like give us some work. So what we're going to try and do just now is we're going to go over onto the other bay where there's a little bit more sand, and we'll see what we can find there. But before we do, let's not forget that this is also a place where you find some beautiful wee shells.
Shells, and also some wishing stones. So I'm going to take these shells and I'll show you. I can see a wishing stone here. Yeah, and there's one here. So I think we should take those two as well.
Twin wishing stones. What could be more lucky?
See that wee blue bit? I'm sure that's a perfect mermaid's tear.
Perfect wee gem. Is that just the kind of thing we're looking for? Do you know, if anything, I'd say it's actually a tiny wee bit big for a mermaid's tear.
Oh, it's a big tear. It's like a crocodile tear from a mermaid.
It's from a very, very sad mermaid.
Aww.
Not crocodile tears at all. Crocodile tears, if you don't know, are false tears.
Oh.
No hint of sea glass here. Lots of seaweed, a few stones, some sand, but no sea glass. You can probably hear a wee bit of noise, and it's like somebody's scraping through this through the stones there. In fact, that is what's going on. That's Nicole. Nicole's just ahead of me there, having a wee look to see what she can find. But just off to my left, I can see there's a couple of wee bits of sea glass. So we'll grab them, and we'll go and see how well Nicole's been doing so far. Just a wee bit of clear sea glass there, more of this green stuff that we're seeing, and the tiniest, I don't know if you can see that, the tiniest wee bit of brown there. It's so small. Certainly can't do anything with that. But we'll take these two. I'll leave that. Oh, actually, Maybe that's just the thing for a mermaid's tear. What do you reckon? So I've found a couple of wee bits of sea glass over there. How have you been doing? I think I feel a wee bit better than me. I'm going to come around this side for the simple reason that today we are blessed. The sun is out and it's an absolutely gorgeous day. We could say it's almost summery here today. In fact, this might be the best day of summer we get, and it's in May. Anywho, there's some nice glass there.
Yeah, and I found 2 blue bits, that lovely tiny blue bit. I think that's a perfect mermaid's tear. It's lovely and teardrop shaped, and it's really smooth. And there are a couple of larger bits. They might be suitable for jewellery making, and some lovely kind of display pieces in green.
Very cool. Now we're just away off to have our lunch here at the beach. We're totally spoiled. And then I just was about to pick up my bag and I saw this piece. Now can you see it? It's just in here. It's really beautiful. It's certainly not a mermaid's tear. It's far too big for that. But it's so beautifully frosted. I thought I had to come in and grab that one. So I'm going to put it down there. Then we'll get a better look at it. It's maybe not the best rock to have put it on, but hey ho. We'll maybe try and get a wee bit of sunlight through that. We're blessed with the sun today, so we'll maybe take a closer look at that in a bit. But that is a really nice big chunky bit of sea glass. So we've just gotten over here to this sandier wee bit of the beach, and it's lovely. Such a gorgeous day. And there's 2 things that just leapt out for, I think for us both when we first got here. And it's this. Now I thought this was a wee bit of bone at first, or maybe even a tooth, but it's not. As Nicole said, it looks a lot more like kiln furniture, and I think that might be what it is. Do you know what it is actually? I think that's a cup handle.
Ah,
do you reckon?
yeah. It's really smooth though. They are not usually that smooth, so that's really nice. It does look like a pottery.
It does, yeah.
Rather than a tooth.
But it's a nice bit. I think we could grab that because I think we could maybe do something with it. Now, we can see in front of us here that there is lots and lots of sea glass. So we're going to get to picking some of that stuff up in just a minute. But that's not the thing that caught both our eyes when we got here. The thing that caught our eyes is just up ahead there, and it's a wee bit more macabre. So let's go over there and see what that is. It's not horrific by any standards, and it's the kind of thing that we should be used to seeing here on the coast as well. Now what we normally find, and I think you can see it by now as well, pretty sure that's a bone. Now we normally find seagull bones and bits and bobs like that, but I'm going to go out on a limb, no pun intended, and say that this maybe has more to do with a seal than it does anything else.
Oh, it's actually quite large.
And do you know what? It's wood. Is that wood or is that bone?
No,
it's bone. It is bone, yeah.
This is like where the socket would have been. It kind of looks a bit like half a rib cage.
Yeah, it could be a rib, or it could be, you know, maybe a flipper. Do you think a flipper bone or something?
It could be, yeah.
Do you know what? I don't know if a flipper bone would have to be that round. That might just leave that wee seal swimming around in circles.
Well, I think we're going to leave it here, but if anybody knows what it is.
For someone who collects teeth, I think that's remiss of you. But yeah, okay. Let's go get our Sani.
Okay.
We've only just arrived, and I think we've got a really nice wee handful of mermaid's tears so far. Now I quite fancy getting up to that other end of the beach there. How about you?
I think I'm going to have a look around in this area because I suspect there's lots of little tiny mermaid's tears in this ski area. So
you know what? I think you're right. Okay, let's go for it. I'll catch you back here, say 10-15 minutes?
Yeah, okay, good luck.
Okay, let's do that then. Now, let's see what we can find up this side of the beach. Typically, this side of the beach is where I'm more likely than not to find a star find. And today, you know, I'm not going to touch that one. It's a wee bit too big. It's such a shame though that these things end up on the beach. We'll maybe try and drag that off up to the top end. Maybe just up along there a wee bit so that it doesn't get dragged out with the tide. But we'll do that a wee bit later on. For the minute though, I just want to get along to where all those stones are up at this end of the beach and have a wee look and see if there's anything up there. You never know, we might even find a golf ball.
Okay, now I've spotted something in this little scree area. There are actually two pieces of blue in here. Now one is the perfect mermaid's tear. The other one is tiny, like tiny tootsie. It might be even too small for one of the bird's nests that we make. So I was going to ask you if you can see it, but I think I'm pretty much on top of it now. So that's a tiny blue, but look at that. There's a really nice piece of blue. Now I wonder if that could be, what do you think, a mermaid's tear necklace? We'll just maybe need a white one and a seafoam one, and that would be a lovely tiny triple necklace. Perfect tear. Now what's this though? Looks like it's a stone. Really nice and smooth though. I think I'll take that for the minute. A couple of other pieces here, green. Okay, now I'm on the hunt for something to match this lovely blue piece here. I'll let you have a look around with me, maybe you can see it. Just seeing broken shells. Okay. Well, there's a white bit. I think that might be a nice match. Yep, they're about the same size. Could even go with the green bit. Oh, there's another tiny blue bit. Now, I don't think you'll be able to see that through the camera lens. It's really tiny, and the sun's just gone behind a cloud. Look, it's right there. It is so tiny. I mean, I do love a challenge drilling, but this one, that's even too tiny for me. So, they'll go in that vial that I mentioned. The other pieces, now this one's quite big compared to the smaller mermaid's tears that we're looking for. Technically it's still a mermaid's tear. All sea glass is a mermaid's tears. But if you are thinking about the size of actual like mermaid's tears, human tears, they're probably more this size. Okay, I think I'm gonna go see what Craig's found. Ha! I can see Craig. He's looking for mermaid's tears as well. Or maybe he's looking for a star find, I don't know. Looks like he's found something.
Do you know what? I think I can see something quite promising just up ahead. Now I'm not sure if you can see it there. It's just right up here. There we go. Oh, look at that. That really is a star find. Is it better than a golf ball? Well, I think that's a matter of taste, isn't it? I'll tell you what though, the seaweed is really stinking up here. But look at that, star find. Star find of the day. Now I don't know what kind it is, but I'm going to kick it out of this area because the seaweed is really reeking. Now, there we go. There's the star find running down the beach, heading towards the direction that Nicole is as well. So let's get along there and we'll see what Nicole's been finding. Now, for as much as I wasn't finding anything particular, amongst those big rocks. I've just found a really cool wee piece of what I think is glass down here, and I think this is milk glass. Yeah, just in here. That's lovely. It's a really nice wee bit. I've just seen another wee piece as well. Now I think that's milk glass. I haven't picked it up. It does have a slight plastic feel to it. So I'm not going to commit to the idea that it is in fact milk glass just now. We'll show that to Nicole and see what she thinks. But before we leave this area, just take a wee look around here. There's a few wee gems in here actually. I'm going to get down on my knees, make it a wee bit easier to find these. So we see this wee piece here. It's a really lovely wee bit of glass. Perfect wee mermaid's tear. I think that fits the bill. What I'm going to do is get a wee stone over here, and I'm just going to pile what I find up here, and then I'll grab that all up and we'll get off to see what Nicole's found. There's the sun come out to light it up. Well, I'm going to swoop that stuff up and then we'll get along and see how Nicole's been doing. Now I was just coming to catch up with you because I found a wee pocket full of mermaid's tears. Oh. How about you?
Yes, I also found a handful of mermaid's tears, so I think we should maybe have a look and see what we found so far.
I thought I'd done better than that. I must have been too busy watching the birds.
Well, I can see you found a heart, so if I turn that around, see, that's actually a heart shape. So you found the heart of the sea. That's always nice to find a heart. I'll show you what I found then. I'll put it over here. Okay, there we go. I found a couple of pieces of blue. See these lovely tiny pieces, and I think they go really nice with your tiny blue piece as well.
Well, I think you've done better than me. But I think that blue bit, that's one of the first pieces that we found when we got here, isn't it?
Yeah, I might have snuck that in there.
No, quite right, quite right. It's one of the nice bits, and that's what we're trying to do, show off some of the nice bits. Lots of really nice wee mermaid's tears in there. Some of them, you know, a wee bit bigger as well, and that's fine. I've got that big bit there. Now, you know, we're always thinking, could it be a pendant?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely, yeah. And I was thinking if we have a couple of these tiny vials that we find at the bottle dump, then we could maybe fill them with a couple of pieces of sea glass. So those tiny pieces of blue, they're going to be really nice in there.
That's a really good idea, actually. Okay, let's swoop all that stuff up then and see what else we can find.
Okay.
The day is young. Now I'm taking a last wee look here because Nicole wants to get up to that side of the beach that I've just come from, and it's just as well that I have taken a last wee look. Now, is it a mermaid's tear? Maybe it's too big for a mermaid's tear, but it's almost a perfect tear shape. I think it's kind of like a perfect tear shape, don't you think? Maybe not. Maybe it's a wee bit more barbaparpa shaped. I'm not sure. It's quite cool though. It's a really nice wee bit of glass, and there's a beautiful bit of green glass just alongside it, so we'll take that and I shall shimmy down to this wee green bit. There we go. Hopefully you can see the colour. I'm really hoping that the sun's hitting that in just the right way. It's hard for me to tell looking through this camera lens, but there's that gorgeous piece of green there, wee bit of white. So I'll take these along. And I heard Nicole say she's just found a mermaid's tear. Real question is, can it beat that mermaid's tear? Did I hear you say you'd found the perfect mermaid's tear?
I did, yeah. I found a blue mermaid's tear, and it really is the perfect shape and size.
Well, it is kind of tear shaped and it's tear sized, but is it better than that bit? Is that more of a jube? A jube for anybody who doesn't know is a wee sweetie.
Oh, right.
It's like a wee jelly sweetie, a jube.
think my Mermaid Tears better.
Well, of course you would say that. Now, I've got another couple of wee pieces. They're not spectacular, but there's a really nice bit of green there. I'm hoping we can see the colour of that in the sun as well.
Yeah, they're really nice shapes as well, and it's really nicely frosted. Still no, I think my Mermaid Tears is the best.
Okay, well, I tried to distract the attention of it by piling glass on top of it. That didn't work. So, let's get over there then, and we'll see what we can find. Now, Nicole's just rushed off into the other bay, and I'm about to go catch up with her. And I just saw this hiding down here. You see it? It's just this metallic thing here. If I wasn't casting shadow of it, you might stand a better chance of seeing it. It's quite difficult to reach in here across the rocks, so I'm just going to try and grab that out as quickly as I can without falling over. And oh, I know what that is. At least I think I do. Now, the more I look at this, the less I'm convinced it's part of a gas cooker. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Looks like it might have these might have attached to gears, but it's aluminium. It's very lightweight. So I don't think it was doing any heavy lifting as such. Well, I'll swoop it up, I'll let Nicole see it, and we'll see what we can find in that other bay. Have you seen my star find?
The football.
Yeah, it's a cracker, innit? Star find of the day.
I think I found something better. Look over there.
Oh, now that's a wee bit of a bummer there, folks. Do you see that? I think Nicole's won. Nicole's one star find. The wee ducky. Look at that. Find of the day. Oh, I think that has to win, doesn't it? Look at that. What a wee cutie. Oh, Nicole's found something else as well.
Yeah, a vulcanite stopper.
Should have grabbed this duck and go over and have a look at that. Nicole's already popped the clue. It's a vulcanite stopper we're looking for, folks. Star find. Look at that wee ducky. I'm just going to put the duck over by the football. Now we'll go collect them. Oh, what a throw. I can't believe that. Okay, let's go see if we can find that vulcanite stopper.
Okay, so it's down here.
Well, that's helpful.
Can you see it?
Right, so we know we're looking for a vulcanite stopper, folks.
Yeah.
I've been given the slight clue that it's near to something of a particular colour. I'm not going to tell you what that colour is just yet, but we are going to move in. Now, I'm coming in from this angle to be difficult. So can you see what it is yet? 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 Now, as I move round this, I'm sure you will see what it is. There we go. Now that camera's really in the way today. Love it when it's sunny, but there it is. So now, if you'd seen it like that, you could have been forgiven for thinking that's a pebble. But the minute we turn this around, particularly there, we can see the little ridges on that. We can even see what little traces maybe of a thread on that where it's screwed in.
Yeah, where the rubber seal was, you can see that. But you know, they're so different on the beach than they are in the bottle dump. Here they're just worn down little bullet type things.
But very cool for that, huh?
Yeah. And in the bottle dump you can always identify them. Now here, there's no marks in the top left.
No, as you saw when I turned it up like that, it's just, oops, hang on, pop that down there. Yeah, you can just see that's all smooth. We couldn't get a maker's mark out of that one. Now I'm just going to grab that up because Nicole spotted something else that we do want to take off the beach, and this one thankfully actually has something we can use on it as well. So just in there, I'm going to traverse around here so that my shadow is no longer on the object, and I think I'll just invite Nicole to grab that out for us then. You can see what that is. There's some fishing gut there. And there's a wee bead. Yeah. Cool wee bead. Gotta have the wee bead.
Oh, there's
weird
what's
things.
That? I don't know. Something.
It looks like some kind of keyring or something.
Oh,
Oh, careful.
It's nothing, it's just seaweed. Oh, look. Okay.
That wasn't a hook, folks.
No,
it's jaggy seaweed.
Just gutty stuff. There we go. Something, I don't know what this is. If anybody knows, that would be cool to know. There's 2 beads in there, look.
That's very cool. So we found a thing plus 2 beads.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Nicole there that I think I'm going to have to write to the Olympic Committee and see if we can get rubber duck throwing as an Olympic sport, because anybody who just saw me fling that rubber duck should agree. You know, look at the distance between the rubber duck and that other star find. They're so close, and that was flung from, well, quite a wee distance away. Oh, look at that. It's a wee angelic looking duck as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Do you reckon that's a halo?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's an angel, because this looks like angel wings.
Saint duck. Now I want to make sure the sun really catches that wee ducky there. Now, I think we can all agree that this constitutes the star finds of the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, Nicole sounds slightly doubtful, but I mean, as a pair, it can't be beaten. Now, what do you make of this?
Oh.
I popped that there. I found that just over on the other side. Now, at first I thought it might have something to do with a gas cooker.
Oh.
But you know, I don't think it does. Unless it maybe came from a stove that's maybe from a boat or something like that.
All right.
It's certainly nothing like the rings that we have on our gas cooker at home.
Is it metal?
It is, but it's very light metal. It's aluminium,
right,
which
okay.
also makes me think that it might be from a ship. What do you reckon?
It's really
It's playing on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a flange. Look, a flange. And when I say flange, I don't mean a collection of stoppers or inkwells. I mean another kind of flange.
Yeah. Well, from where I was standing when it was the other way round, it looked like this, and it reminded me of that star mole. You know, the mole in the film that I can't remember the title of now.
So we're going to take a last look at this. There we go, last look at this. We're going to just back off again, just to go, hello Starfind, you're so cute. Now, let's see what else we can find. So as luck would have it, we decided to come up to this end of the beach, mainly because the wind's blowing at our backs now, and it means we should be a wee bit more audible as a consequence. But, and here's where the luck really comes through. We got up to this end of the beach, I looked down, and you can even see the little angle on that one. So we know that was a poison bottle. We know it was a wee bit of a poison bottle. And it's a really beautiful piece of cobalt sea glass. Tucked away under this rock, you can probably see there's a piece of clear glass as well. But this is the piece we're after. Maybe that piece in front as well. Well, it's last throws then on a beautiful sunny day. Nicole's just pointed here. I'm guessing it's this yellowy looking piece of green. I'm going to say it's yellow glass because, you know, yellow glass is really rare. So, shall we just grab that up then? And what we're going to do is walk back along towards our bags, and we'll just pick wee bits of sea glass from the ground as we go. And then we'll take a last look at our finds of the day when we get up to that end of the beach.
Oh, look, there's a wee
Oh, that's a nice wee bit as well, isn't it? Now, can I get that in focus? It's tiny. Now, what's that just behind it?
Oh, what is it? It looks a bit like milk glass. Oh, I know, it's a bit of pottery.
A wee bit pottery.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing on this beach, isn't it? It's a wee bit like hen's teeth.
Yeah.
So we'll take that because it's like hen's teeth. Now, not duck's teeth. Plenty duck's teeth.
Oh, there's a tiny bit of eel over here.
All right.
Way over here, though, and it's
That's
tiny,
okay.
tiny.
Now, everybody who's watching this will be going, why didn't you pick up that green piece and why didn't you pick up that? Well, because we're looking for this wee blue piece, and I know from experience that the very second I take my eye off this piece, it's gone forever. So, I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted because there's just so much here to be distracted by. But we're going to grab this wee blue piece. Oh, it's disappearing between the stones. Now, there's some really nice wee bits here as well. Look at this.
Oh, that's super smooth. That's really nice. Let's take that one.
Now, what about, are we favouring browns today?
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's a real, look at that, it's like a tiny marble.
It's a very tiny marbles, even smaller than the peewee marble, which are the smallest marbles, but yeah, we'll take that.
Now you wouldn't win a lot of games with a marble like that. You might lose quite a few marbles like that. You know the expression, losing your marbles?
Yeah.
You know what it means, right?
You've gone crazy.
It means you've gone crazy, you've lost it, you've lost your marbles. Now I believe, and I might be wrong, so maybe someone can tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but that losing your marbles actually has a connection, oh nice find, a connection with Peter Pan.
Alright.
Now because there's one of the characters there, now I forget what his name is, I'm going to have to go check this out and I'll probably drop it in somewhere, usually on the bottom of the screen, either that or right on top of all this sea glass that we're piling here. But yeah, there's a character in Peter Pan and he can't find his marbles and he's not quite all together.
Aww.
At some point. He's a little bit dishevelled, a little bit sort of like kind of lost, and I think that's where losing your marbles comes from. Now, I'm sure I'm going to be corrected and that's entirely incorrect, but that's what I think. Could be wrong.
Huh?
Okay, I'm going to let you grab them up and I'm going to go over here because there's a green piece over there. Greenpeace, you say? Not the organisation, not the NGO, but a large chunky piece of glass. Just right there. Really nice bit that. Now, these aren't Mermaid Tears. I hear you shout. Why are you collecting willy-nilly rather than just looking for Mermaid Tears? I think because the tide's coming in and we've gone a wee bit sea glass mental just now. So we're just going to grab as much as we can coming off the beach here. Now that I think is part of a stopper. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that was part of a stopper?
That's very chunky, isn't it?
It looks like it, right? When I turn it up that way.
Alright. No, it's not part of a stopper. It's not round enough. They are kind of more, more cylinder shaped. That one, it could be part of a cod bottle though.
Yeah, okay. Consolation prize. Cod bottle, not a stopper. I'll take that. Now, as I keep saying, I'm sure you can see lots and lots and lots of sea glass as we pass over here. Lots of green sea glass, there's lots of white sea glass. If we see anything blue, we're going to dive down and we're going to grab it. But just over in this wee area alone, just let's see if we can point out some of the green sea glass here. There's a piece here. That's seafood. Green piece here. Another bit there. Bit there. Bit there. Yeah, a bit there as well. If I draw the camera back a wee bit here, bit there.
Tiny bit of milk glass.
Oh, tiny wee bit of milk glass there. Do you want to take that?
Yeah.
Now, what's the bets? Can Nicole drill that tiny piece of milk glass? Bearing in mind that the drill bits are 0.5 millimetre thick. A nice wee bit of green there as well.
They're even bigger, they're 1.2 millimetres, it's double the size. So.
Maybe not then, eh?
No, maybe not, but they'll look nice in a vial, and we'll also have a couple of lots of loose sea glass in our Etsy shop. They're very popular.
Let's have a wee look at our best finds of the day. And I think, by the end of the day, we actually did really well. Or I suppose, if I'm honest, Nicole did really well. And that duck, what a find. Now, we're not going to take the football home. What we've done is we've got that well off the tide line. What we are going to take home is this lot. Now, we're not sure, maybe the duck is going to end up somewhere where somebody can take it away and give it some love, the kind of love that it deserves. Now, anyway, let's have a wee look then.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, I do think we've done really well. I hadn't realised that we found so many pieces of blue as well, you know, the colour of the ocean and all that. And my favourite, Mermaid's Tears, has got to be in there somewhere. So yeah, we've done really well. I'm really, really happy we've been out here, and it's a gorgeous day. And we found a vulcanite stopper, a couple of wishing stones, and not to forget, the star find.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what we're going to name this wee chap, or chapette. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we could invite some comments. What do you reckon? What should the duck be called?
Yeah.
The Scottish mudlarking duck. That I don't think we intend to take off with us. Anyway, last we look at the things there. So if you've got an idea for a name for the wee ducky there, please do let us know. We're going to see if we can figure out what that metallic object is. But for today, we're just going to start scooping all this stuff up, and we're going to get back off to the car.
It's been such a fantastic day out here in Rocky Bay, and we found so many Mermaid's Tears, and it makes me think maybe next time we should go back to Mermaid's Tears Cove and see how it measures up. Now it only remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to subscribe. An extra special thanks goes out to everybody who's been supporting the channel through Etsy and through Ko-fi. That really makes a massive difference, and it keeps the lights on. Now thank you from me, from Craig, and from our star find, Ducky.